Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for clicking on today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys all of the series that I am so very excited to read. I was looking at my bookshelf the other day and I saw how many series that I have that I haven't even started yet, and it made me so damn excited to start to read any of these. So I thought, why don't I sit down and show you guys every single series that I'm excited to read as of right now. The very first series that I have here, it's the Inheritance Game series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. So we got the first book, The Inheritance Games, then we got the Hawthorne Legacy, and then we have the Final Gambit. This book and this series in general has been recommended to me the most on my channel. I don't even get that many comments, but tell me why a lot of them have been to read the Inheritance Games, and something about that makes me so damn excited. One thing that makes me so damn excited about the series is that it's YA, and YA is one of my favorite genres. There's even a love triangle, and I read it once in another series, The Summer That I Turned Pretty, and I loved it. So now that I know, when people say that there's a love triangle, it used to kind of make me like not very excited to read about, but now if I hear there's a love triangle, it makes me that much more excited. So the first series is this one. By this point, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard like the premise of this book, but if you haven't, let me tell you. So it says Avery Grams has a plan for a better future: survive high school, win a scholarship, and get out. But her luck changes in an instant when billionaire Tobias Hawthorne dies and leaves her virtually his entire fortune. The only catch? Avery must move into a sprawling mansion full of secret passages, riddles, and codes. Unfortunately for Avery, Hawthorne House is also occupied by the family that was just disinherited. This includes the 4 Hawthorne grandsons. Wow, there's 4? Why do I only think there's 2? 4 Hawthorne grandsons, dangerous, magnetic boys who grew up with every expectation that one day they would inherit billions. So just keep in mind, this random girl just comes in and starts living with them, and they're like, what are you doing here? Why do you even have a chance to win this money? So I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of tension in the mansion. How cool. How cool. Caught in a world of wealth and privilege with danger around every turn, Avery will have to play the game herself just to survive. Holy frickin' cow. There's been so many times where I'll have like one book that I'm in the mood to read and the first book, and I'm just going like back and forth, like which book do I want to read, which book do I want to read, and it always ends up being the other book. But I just know that this year I will finally dive into this series. Now to the second series. It's the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. This series is just so beautiful and like eye-appealing to look at, and I say it every single chance that I get. So we have the first book, Flawless. Then we have Heartless. Then we have Powerless. The purple, you're kidding. Then we have Reckless. And the last one, Hopeless. When I tell you that I have never ever been interested in reading like a cowboy romance, you couldn't have convinced me a year ago that I would have an entire cowboy series in my hands and be so excited to like read and talk about. But listen, so many people have raved about this series, and the love that they have for this book just makes me, or the series just makes me so freaking excited. When people talk about like the banter and the grumpy versus sunshine and just like the country vibes and just like the hot boys that are in the books. There's even like, I think a single dad trope in these. There's definitely grumpy versus sunshine. I think it all revolves around brothers too that are really well known in this town, so there's a little bit of like a fame aspect to it too, or just like really popular family as well. Honestly, that's all I know. Literally yesterday I was like, ooh, should I pick it up right now? And I'm like, Yerisa, you're reading 3 books right now. So no, just like hold on, finish one and then pick up this one. But I'm just so excited to dive into this series. I'm excited because this book is probably going to be based like in the summer, and they're going to be talking about like dirt. And I say that because I grew up on a ranch, and growing up I didn't love it very much, but then as I got older I started to really appreciate how good it feels to be in the sun, in the grass, dirt, like just being outside in nature. And so I'm sure I'm going to be reading about it in this book, like just being outside, and it just sounds so fun. Why am I excited to read about dirt? But I'm so excited. So this is the first book, Flawless. I really hope that I read it within the next month. I really hope so. I'm just so damn excited. So now to the third series that I have. It is Fourth Wing and Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. These were 100% the most popular books, in my opinion, in 2023. Once I saw just how many people were talking about it, and they were saying just how good it is, 5-star, 6-star reads for people, it just made me so intrigued. And I was like, I shouldn't be scared to read a book. Let me just give it a shot. So when Iron Flame came out, I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. I bought both of the books. I still haven't read them, but when I see it on my shelf, it does make me very excited to pick it up whenever it happens. Although, let me tell you, on the Libby app, in the beginning of the year, I was thinking about the books that I want to read for 2024. And I went ahead and put Fourth Wing on hold. And I ended up having it available to me like a week ago on the Libby app. And let me tell you why I put deliver later. I'm just too scared still. Like, I am afraid that I'm going to read it and it's gonna be too hard. It's gonna be too difficult. I'm gonna be lost. I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm not gonna like the book, because that just sounds so sad. Really, there's bigger things to worry about, like what's happening in the world right now. But as someone who loves reading books and wants to fall in love and devour these books like everyone else, it makes me intimidated. I definitely want to talk about this series though in this video, because I still do get so excited when people talk about the scenes or the quotes or like the banter, the romantasy. It sounds so damn good. I know that I will read it before the end of the year, and I'm so excited for the ride and the adventure. And literally the fact that there's dragons in this book just makes me so intrigued, and I can't wait to read this series. So now to the fourth series that I want to talk about. It's the When in Rome series by Sarah Adams. We have When in Rome and Practice Makes Perfect. These technically can be read as standalones. So if you have no interest in reading When in Rome, you can still read Practice Makes Perfect and vice versa. But they have intertwined characters and they're based in the same world. So technically, sort of, it's in the same series. Also, that's reminding me of another one. I just remembered that Part of Your World and Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez is another series that I'm really excited to read. Talking about this reminded me of these two books, and I have to just talk about both because I am so excited to read both of these. So this is Part of Your World and Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. These are really loved popular books. These are two books that this one I believe is a little more like fluffy, lighthearted, romance, rom-com feeling. The first book, I believe there's One of Us is Famous trope, which sounds like a cup of tea. It's also based in a small town, I believe. And as you can see, the main character is a baker, which sounds lovely to read about. And then in this one, the main character, owns a floral shop, and the main love interest is the bodyguard. I have had like my eyes draw to these books so many times on my shelf because I'm so excited to read it. And of course, I'm so excited to read these as well. I'm very excited to read a book by Abby Jimenez because so many people just have spoken so highly about her writing, her books, but this book does have some more of the emotional depth into them, but it still sounds really, really good. And when they have a little more emotional depth into it, it makes you, you know, really feel for the characters even more and like connect with the characters more. So I'm very, very excited to read these two as well. Then to the, honestly, I lost track of how many series this is, but to the next series that I'm very excited to talk about. It is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. So I got the entire series here because my lovely best friend Val gifted me all of these for my birthday because she heard how much I loved The Summer That I Turned Pretty series, and so she was so kind to gift me this for my birthday. And so this I am so excited to read because I loved and devoured The Summer That I Turned Pretty, and so to have another YA series by the same author, Jenny Han, just makes me so excited. I love Jenny Han's writing. It's just so easy, it's just so simple. I love just reading YA books, and I believe it was Rachel Catherine who raved about Jenny Han in general and these books, and so I'm so excited to read these. This also seems like a great palette cleanser. Like when I'm reading this series and I just need something really easy with no brain cells needed, this is the series that's going to be lovely for that. Then to the very last series, I got the entire Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. Oh my goodness, when I tell you that my boyfriend keeps telling me, so when are you gonna read Harry Potter? So when are you gonna read Harry Potter? When are you gonna read Harry Potter? And I'm like, listen, I gotta wait until the fall time. I gotta wait until the fall time. Which really I don't, but then it also becomes fall time and I'm like, become too scared, and then I still don't end up reading it. But I know when I do, it's going to be amazing because these are freaking YA. What makes me really excited about this series is the fact that even though they are pretty chunky towards the end, knowing that it's YA makes me way less intimidated to read. When I am nervous about reading a fantasy book, it's because of the hard words and about like the hard world building. But if it's YA, it's meant for children. It's meant to be easily read, and that is perfect for my brain. So I really hope that I read this year. It would be a lovely experience to read these during the fall and the winter. Harry Potter, the movies, are a series that me and my boyfriend watch every single year during fall and winter. It's movies that we just absolutely love and adore, and it's a 10 out of 10 experience for the both of us. So I know that when I read this series for the very first time, it's going to be such a wonderful experience. I also know that these books are going to probably, definitely make me feel so much more too, because when you read about it, there's more storytelling, there's more everything. And so I feel that when the devastating things happen or when the very happy things happen, I'm going to feel it so much more because there's going to be so much more of a build up to it than it is in the movies. And I feel so much when I'm watching the movies, so I can't imagine how much I'm going to feel when I'm reading the books. To the last series, it's the Harry Potter series. I'm so excited to read these. Should I read the synopsis? I've never read the synopsis. Okay. So it says, till now, there's been no magic for Harry Potter. He lives with the miserable Dursleys? I can't pronounce it. And their abominable son, Dudley. Harry's room is a tiny closet at the foot of the stairs, and he hasn't had a birthday party in 11 years. But then a mysterious letter arrives by Owl Messenger. A letter with an invitation to an incredible place called the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. This is so embarrassing the way I'm pronouncing it. And there he finds not only friends, flying sports on broomsticks, and magic and everything from classes to meals, but a great destiny that's been waiting for him if Harry can survive the encounter. Reading the synopsis makes me want to pick up this book right now. That is all of the series that I'm so excited to read. There definitely probably will be a part 2 of this in the future because I do have more series on my shelf, but these are the ones that I picked out like immediately. Like these are the ones that I'm in the mood for right now. And this just makes me so excited for reading, and it makes me so excited to pick up any book, and I just love reading and the journey that all of this brings. If you've read any of these series, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions were of them. I'd love to know. That is it for today's video. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!